Hi and welcome to Martial Arts Fundamentals with me, Richard Clark. In this video, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the martial arts. Martial arts is about self-defense, it's about health, and basically self-preservation. It's about keeping yourself healthy and fit in your mind and body, and having some basic skills that you can use to protect yourself in a self-defensive fighting situation. Now, the good thing about martial arts, specifically traditional martial arts, is not only the fact that there are so many different skills and such a variety of techniques and styles. And please note the word style does not mean just stylized, flashy stuff. It means style as in systems. There are many different systems of the martial arts. So not only is this a beautiful thing, but the beautiful thing is you can train and develop an overall awareness and find the right way for yourself. The beautiful thing about the martial arts is you don't even need to be so big and strong per se. You could be someone who's not built like a bodybuilder. You may be a fairly slim person, such as me. You may be short. You may be short or tall. Okay, you may be a bigger built person. You may be able to utilize your natural attributes like your physical strength. You can do all kinds of other sports too and different things like that. Some martial arts require more flexibility. If you're naturally flexible, then that'll be a good thing for you, especially younger people. But you can work on strength and flexibility. But the good thing about martial arts is there's such a variety of techniques, and while some movements may look fancy, there are so many basic, simple techniques and styles, systems out there which do not require a lot of physical strength or flexibility. It's very important, however, to bear in mind at this point, okay, that everybody who, especially if you're practicing martial arts, you need to do some stretching. So every day, myself personally, throughout the years of my life, since I was a young kid, when I first started out learning martial arts, obviously I've learned also different kinds of exercises that, go together with the physical training of the martial arts. Martial arts is about the body, don't forget the physical, and also the philosophy of the mind, okay, about that. For balancing your life out, looking for peace, trying to find control, and trying to stay in control of yourself and calm. But the exercises help along the way. And the exercises are catered towards your physique and how you will perform with those techniques you're going to be able to do. So some techniques will require more flexibility and some will require more strength. Whereas some techniques is purely more about the science and using simple techniques to overcome the situation or utilizing the opponent's attacking force against them. In martial arts, we have various principles too, such as obviously balance. So the stance, how you're standing is very important. As well as moving, you need to learn to stand still in any given situation, a stand firm with a good stance. But you also, you have to learn to move around too and be alive and full of life and natural in your movement. So there's, stance work's very important. Now, how about fighting? In fighting in martial arts, obviously we have striking, okay? So that could be obviously punching, okay? Punching or kicking techniques, using your body, various parts of the body, such as the hands, being the palms, the fists, the elbows, shoulders. Any part of the body can actually be a weapon of self-defense. Remember, the principle is self-defense. We're not looking to attack people. We're trying to steer away from violence and control the situation with a civilized humanity about us and peace in us. Okay, knees, okay, as well as feet for kicking. So we can strike. Forearms to the arms, the legs. Every part of our body can actually be used, more or less, as a weapon of self-defense. Attack. So we have stance work. We have striking. By the way, stance work just means how you're standing in a fight, how you're going to move. There's a lot of different ways we can stand, and we're going to cover some basic techniques in the following videos. Striking, okay, when I say just quickly, striking is one thing. the other thing in the martial arts is blocking and defending. You can see blocking done in every martial art, basically, even boxing. So when you see boxers, they always bring their hands up like this by their chin, okay, just basically here like this, okay. I'm not, let's per se, I have experience in kickboxing, but I'm not a professional boxer, you know. But anyway, they'd have their guard up like this, they'd base themselves, and they'd always bring their arms in very tight to protect against any oncoming blows to their body or close by their face. They'll keep their hands up here and to cover against any oncoming shots, and they'd cover themselves up, you know, on the sides. They'd cover their rib cage. If someone was going to punch their rib cage, they'd keep a good base, and they'd bring their hands down with their elbows, and they'd come in with those punches, be they jab, cross, hooks, body shots, uppercuts, and they always keep this guard up. You see what I'm trying to say? They'll have things like parries too, where they're parrying their hands away, just using their palms to parry a shot. Sometimes they'll move their head like this, or utilize turning motions. And when they get into fighting stances, utilizing that, they'll be bringing one foot back there, so you've got 1 foot in front and 1 foot behind. And they'll be utilizing all of that, covering, striking, all that stuff, you know. So there are a lot of blocking motions in the martial arts that we do to put our hands in various positions to block the different areas where someone may be trying to attack me here. I can turn and block. I can block out. Someone might come to swing me. I block up here, strike, covering my face, blocking down. I'll be using my hands in martial arts to cover my body and block and deflect attacks or stop attacks. And there are different ways we can block too, such as deflecting, parrying, absorbing, stopping dead on, and working those techniques, and then working our counter strikes in. Counter strikes when we simultaneously block and strike simultaneously. Okay, things like that. Be it however we're going to strike, okay. Now, martial arts is all about that, okay, so it's a science, it's a technicality. There's one other factor of the martial arts that I can think of, and the brief, simple term I can give for this, terminology-wise, would be grappling. Now, I was never one who was into grappling or wrestling. Hey, I'm not even built to be a wrestler, let alone a sumo wrestler, right? But basically, that's the basic thing. Okay, grappling is when someone is grabbing onto you. It doesn't have to be in a sports fighting ring event competition. It could be on the street, you could be manhandled, it could be anyone. It could be somebody, it could be a rape situation, some terrible situation where some man, let's say for example, if a big strong man was trying to rape a woman, or it could be any kind of situation where someone, whoever, a man or woman, if someone is big and strong and they're trying to overpower the other person, choke them out, hold them down, wrestle them down to the ground. This is where we have to utilize various techniques of grappling, where we understand the basic fundamentals of covering and blocking and striking and all of that, but we also understand how to move. So when someone's grabbing us, how we're going to grab too, how if they grab us, we can grab them, how we're going to utilize the motions of our body to not fight force with force per se, but to absorb and get the opponent into the right position. So when they're trying to push, I may turn and absorb that or pull them off balance. Or when he's trying to pull me, I may go with that. So we see a lot of different techniques, for example, in styles such as Tai Chi, okay, Tai Chi Chuan, okay, Tai Chi. In Mandarin Chinese, it's pronounced Tai Chi Chuan, but that's a Chinese martial art where we use soft techniques against a bigger, stronger opponent to use their force against them, and they're off set of balance. Notice how I always bend my legs too for some base when I'm doing motions. I'm not showing you any techniques specifically here. I'm just covering some basic principles to you, okay? You know, so there's different kinds of techniques though in wrestling and grappling where sometimes force is used. You may have heard of styles like jiu-jitsu, which I don't have any experience in. But there are arts such as Aikido, okay? Aikido, a Japanese martial art, that is. We've got Hapkido, which is a Korean art. Another Japanese art, Judo. These arts are very useful where they have throws and different techniques where we can off-balance the opponent, where sometimes they are very necessary. If someone's coming at you and trying to grab you, you may need to get them into some kind of locking position. Locks, traps, throws, utilizing your whole waist motion, your legs, everything and your whole body as a connected thing. See, in the martial arts, we're supposed to have fluidity in our movements, proper alignment and fluidity. You're not supposed to be rigid and stiff. You want to be fluid and natural in your movements. Everything moves, but it's all connected into a structure. So if I'm standing here, I want to know that my waist is turning this shoulder. When I bring this back, my hip is going to bring this shoulder back. Then I should relax my shoulders and relax myself. And when I turn, see if I'm going to lift my elbow, it's going to lift this wrist up. And then each finger connected to the hand and the thumb and the wrist. So it's all connected. I'm turning. If I take a step back, then the hip's going to go. See, the knee might come in to guard against my groin. You don't want to leave your groin open for someone to kick, right? So you'll be there. It's all there in alignment. I may have one hand here, one hand out back. And I've got my guard ready, a low guard, maybe a high guard. Turning, I can still cover myself from any angle. I've got my hands focusing on the lines. My elbows are in good guarding range. You see, so it's all connected. However you step, your feet, you're in very good alignment with your whole bodily posture and structure. Covering, alignment and working with the techniques as you go. Whatever fighting style you learn, you want to be able to have a balance of fluidity, like fluid softness in the motion, but it's all connected as one structure. By that I mean not just throwing your hands and legs out all over the place. You want to make sure there's some core principle. Sometimes you want a soft movement where someone's grabbing and you don't want to let your whole body go. You want to just flow with that with your hand. But sometimes you want to go in with your whole body and use various techniques. I'm showing you some various movements here which come from more like a Tai Chi or and various systems like that, okay, and Bagua. But these are just some principles. Okay, in the following videos, we're going to start looking at some very, very basic fundamental techniques that you can train in the martial arts. But always remember two things. Practice is very important, and the principle of self-defense and respect for all of nature. It's not about showing off. It's not about trying to compete with people. It's all about technique, the science, the health, and the enjoyment of the training. You've got to feel good about yourself in mind and body. You have to. It's a way to calm down, and it's also a way to bring power into yourself. Okay, it's about balance and harmony. Yin and yang. Okay, that's yin and yang in Mandarin Chinese. We have two sides flowing in perfect harmony. If you've ever seen the symbol, it's talking about the balance of nature. Hard, soft, fast, slow, big, small. All of these principles can be utilized in what we're doing. So defense and attack, or rather maybe how we complement the moves and work with nature. Okay. So movement, stillness, okay, all of that stuff, okay. It's all in there. And remember, okay, fitness and health is very important. So if I was you every day, do a workout. Okay. Do a workout. So basically by that I mean loosen up yourself. Loosen up your shoulders, your waist. I'm not going to show you a full workout here. We don't have time, but loosen up your whole body. You may want to stretch your legs a little bit. You may want to do some knees up like this. If you like to go running, do that. You know what I mean? You might lean back. You might twist your waist. Do some exercise every day. Swing those arms. Have a good stretch up. You know, take care of your body. Do it slowly. I'll take half an hour, around 15 minutes to half an hour each day, stretching my body, doing all kinds of stretching exercises, okay? I will show you more stretches as we go along, most likely. But find the best stretch or exercise workout or activities that suit you and support your training, that will help you in your martial arts training as we go along. Remember, it's training for the mind and body. Flexibility is important, strength is important, but you've got to be relaxed in yourself and you've got to have that desire and dedication to constantly train. Martial arts is a lifelong journey of representation, it's self-respect, understanding yourself and bringing yourself into the best you can be. You know, you've got to stay in a positive frame of mind. Thank you for watching, okay? When we do this salute also, you may have seen me do this salute sometimes. It's like a salute. In the martial arts, like specifically in Kung Fu, we do this. We have the left palm with the fingers together and the thumb tucked in. And then the fist, the right fist, we touch like that on the knuckles, the first two knuckles there. And we bow forward like that. You can have your feet together or just like that. And you It's a martial arts respect thing that we do. Okay, you may have seen martial artists do that sometimes. But anyway, whatever, okay? Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the following videos. We're going to cover some simple techniques for you gradually, one by one, and you can practice at home. Okay, thank you very much for watching.